What is up, guys? NYKia31 here, bringing you a Madden 25 video. Haven't done this in a while. Haven't talked a little bit of run and shoot, and want to go over one of my favorite pass concepts, and that is smash. I'm in the run and shoot playbook as usual, but you can find smash concepts in every playbook in the game. Not all of my favorite real-life pass concepts translate great to the game. Smash, happens to be one of them that does. So we are going to go over a couple of variations of this sucker. Now, the key to smash really is not getting greedy and picking what's there, and if that hook is there, that little hitch is there, just banging that sucker all day long until they decide to take it away. So whoever you're playing decides that they're not going to tolerate you throwing that anymore. And then you work off of the high-low, and then you work off of the switch concept to the left. And switch concepts are basically designed to do a couple of things. One is to confuse deep zone defenders with crossing action deep and late. And also to create natural picks and rub-offs versus man coverage. Now, you don't get the rub-off action too much in man due to the fact that the game still has too much route mirroring for my liking, or anyone's liking rather, but you can still hit it versus man coverage. We'll get into that a little bit. And I'm practicing against the Seahawks, and let's first go up against your garden variety 3 deep. Let's back up a little bit. And if I see some type of off coverage like this, I know I'm looking at cover 4 or cover 3, more than likely maybe off man coverage perhaps, but I'm good at generally, out of a 2x2 set like this, read the hitch corner first. And when I'm reading the hitch, I'm identifying the curl flat defender. As soon as I find out what he's doing, I go from there. I just get what I can get. I mean, against a guy like Richard Sherman, you're not going to gain much after the catch, but if you see a hole there, as the curl flat defender is occupied by the slot, and he has to do something with him. I mean, if he doesn't, he's just going to run free off the line. That opens up that, and just take that for as long as it's there. Football is not a complicated game. You take what the defense allows you to take until they don't allow you to take it anymore. And you can also work the post backside here. The wheel is going to be very tough. We can hit the post here. If you can get it over all that traffic with Peyton Manning, you can. If you want to make sure you put some lead and some touch on there, just a slight bit of touch, not a whole heck of a lot. This is what happens when you misread it and try to force the wheel in there. Could you get it in? Bang, bang. I mean, the corner is cheating inside to account for that post because the wheel hasn't developed outside yet. He sees this developing first. So he cheats over. And you have that's a tight window. It's a bang-bang play. You don't want to risk it. But sometimes if you do misread it and fire it in there, you might get it on a bang-bang play. But I'm looking here. And if you're playing someone who likes to do things like put a defensive end into the curl flat or a pink, and that's not there, you can just take a look at the post and try to fire that sucker in there. Watch out for guys using that middle linebacker. If you need to release the back on a check down route, you can do that. You can do a swing. You can do block and release. If you want to release him so you can have an outlet guy, you can do that. You can do a bunch of things with him. You can put him on a curl. Not a curl. What am I talking about? Yeah, you can put him on a curl. Put him on a little hitch there if you want. Never hurts to have a check down every now and then. Against cover 2 sink. When you see it look like this 2x2, and pressed up like this with the corners outside, more than likely it's either going to be 2-man under, or cover 2 sink, or cover 2 hard, maybe a cover 4 pressed up, or cover 3 pressed up perhaps. Again, you just want to play the odds. More than likely when you're playing an online opponent, this is going to be either 2-man under, or cover 2 sink, or cover 2 hard. And this time the corner is going to be a little bit harder to get through. But you can sneak that deep post in here behind the linebacker. You're not going to have the... You might be able to precision pass in there. It's going to take a perfect pass. You may be able to lead him up. Oh, wow. Oh, I got hit anyway. But you might be able to lead him up with a little bit of touch. No, it's going to be tough. So you're going to be looking at, if you want to identify cover 2 sink, post wheel. I got hit again. Game imitating life. Peyton Manning getting hit against the Seahawks. Zip that in there. You might be able to get the wheel. Might. If you don't get your quarterback killed, you might. No, you're not going to get it. So really, against a cover 2 sink, you're limited to maybe putting some touch on that and precision passing it. But you're looking post, and if you want to, you know, outlet the receiver, you can do that as the receiver. Outlet the back, you can do that as well. If you want to get more guys into the pattern. Otherwise, it's post or bust. Ooh, good play. We're going to go against a hard cover 2 this time. Now you'll have a window there if you can get separation and precision pass it. The Seahawks are just really good. Gets cover 2 hard, you can do that. Got a window there for the wheel, but Earl Thomas comes over. Tight window, it's possible. Takes an absolute perfect throw and freezing the safety enough, and that time it did. You know, safety has 2 guys coming at him, and neither one has declared. He's going to lose either way. So I just hit the guy that has the most space. Ugh, look at Peyton's pump fake, jeez. And the post. Could you hit that hitch? No. There we go. That time we got the corner. You know, nothing's guaranteed in life. You just play the odds. Sherman squatting down. Frees that up as he doesn't quite carry him enough this time, and there's a window here to throw. Cover 4. Again, this type of look is usually going to be cover 4, 3 deep. Identify the curl flat defender, work off of him. Easy hitch. They had to acknowledge that slot receiver, so that's going to open up him against cover 4 and against 3 deep. If you want, you can swing the back there to, you know, put a little more conflict there and create a space for a check down. Post is going to be dangerous. So you're looking off of, or you're working off of the hitch. And if you want to and if you want to outlet the back, you can use the back as a check down on the swing or the block and release. First man, we're looking corner, wheel, post. Especially against press man like this, or pressed up man. We got a little bit of a rub there for the post separation. Little bit of a rub. I only have 1 controller. And we see the inside separation there for the post with Decker. You know, against the press, just make sure that you're waiting for the release. Or waiting for a release to get some kind of space. If you throw that post, you know, try to lead them inside. This here is fade smash. Same exact read, but you have a fade hitch being run on your left, and you have double posts being run on your right. And I'm against 2 man under here. Again, I only have 1 controller. And you have the block and release route by the back as a check down. But you can hit that right on that cut there against man coverage whores. That little hitch will give you some separation. And you've got the double post as well. You know, hit whichever one is the most favorable matchup. Same read. We'll just go against cover 3. But, you know, the read is no different. Find the flat defender and hit that hitch if it's there. And you also got a double post there that will put the robber defender in a conflict. Robber safety has to account for one of them, can't account for them both, and Earl Thomas is way too far to make a play in time. Smash out of trips is probably my favorite one. Lots of stuff you got going on here. Again, the key is not to be greedy. It's tempting to just want to go straight down the seam or straight for the corner. Again, if the hitch and the back are there, you take it. I like to read the square in versus man. I kind of use that as an alert. If I see something that says, hey, throw it to me, I have one-on-one coverage, I'll look there. But again, the reads are exactly the same. We'll start out versus zone against cover 3. Again, it opens up because you have 2 defenders in conflict now. You have the curl flat defender who has to account for he can't just allow a clean release on the seam, and you have the robber safety in a conflict. He's got to open up and run with that. And plus you can check it down here. Don't just blindly just fire and get your guy killed. I mean, he might hang on to it, but, you know, take the easy play. You hit the back crossing out of the backfield just for a little check down. Take the easy play. And you can do other things with him. You can block and release him if you want. You can put him on an option route. A lot of things you can do with him. Against cover 2 sink. You can go underneath right there if the linebacker runs with the slot, which he, you know, should do, or the deep middle defender runs with the slot. You can hit that all day long. Did you hit the square in? Probably not, unless you have time to let it develop like that. That's where you can hit the square in. Whoever is the deep middle defender, it's either going to be the linebacker or one of the slot corners, has to run with the slot. So, you know, if you have time to let him clear, you can hit that. But he does a good job of coming back up. Look at Peyton's pump fake action. Jeez. See that pump fake and how that froze the defender? If you want to, you know, try to free up that seam a little bit more, you can pump fake to the square in like here, and look what it does here. Boom. And I have a hole here to throw it into. Chancer almost makes the play too. But I was able to get it in there. It's going to take a perfectly timed throw for that corner. You see? That's going to be risky. Against a hard cover 2, maybe even a cover 6 play to the trip side, although someone really shouldn't have cover 6, the hard corner being to the trip side. But that'll open up that window if you can just get it by that dang slot defender. Friggin' Seahawks doing Seahawks things. There we go. Let it outside and up a little bit. Might be able to hit that square in if you have time. So you got a little bit more, you know, options opening up against cover 2 hard. There we go. Beautiful. But he drops it that time. Cover 4. Just hit that all day. Don't even try fooling around. Just hit it. And the back. Square ends. You might be able to get the square in. You could get the square in here, perhaps. Let's see. Gotta step up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Don't fool around. There's our good friend 2-man under. I'm reading corner, seam, square in. Might be able to inside lead that seam. Might not. Square in will be there. Break point. Wow, good play. You know, you're not going to win all the time. The defense is allowed to make plays too. If you got a good back out of backfield, you can hit that against a linebacker. That's basically the smash concept. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was useful. Talk to you all later. Peace.